Hey everybody, and welcome back to Life with Zach. Today we're going to talk about the beaches of Lake Moomaw here in Virginia. Now earlier I did a video reviewing Lake Moomaw in general, providing some basic information on how to get there and some other info. So I'm going to link that down into the description. But this is really focusing on the beaches of Lake Moomaw because when we were making decisions about going there, we wanted to learn information about the beaches, like where you could go, what they were like. And really, I couldn't find anything on the beaches themselves because really this lake is more popular as a boating fishing destination than just for people going to the beaches. But they do have some really nice beaches. And I thought that I would just share our experiences so that you can maybe learn a little bit more about that if that's something you're into and want to check out while you're there. So there are actually two beaches at Lake Moomaw. The first is Kohl's Point, and Kohl's Point is actually located really close to the dam that makes up Lake Moomaw, and right beside a boat ramp. It's kind of towards the southern end of the lake. You'll basically see two big parking areas, one for the beach, one for the boat ramp, kind of a little, I guess you could call it, it's not really a visitor center, but like a service area with restrooms and stuff. And then the beach is right there. The second is called Bolar Mountain Recreation Area, and it has a beach. It's at the northern end. There's like parking and restrooms and a playground right there. And it's also kind of near this big picnic pavilion that also has restrooms and a campground area and a boat launch area. But those are farther from the beach than they are at Kohl's Point. And just to clear everything up, we actually did go to both of these, but we only utilized the beach actually at Bolar Mountain Recreation Area. We just visited Kohl's Point on our way out to see what it looked like. So how do you access these beaches? Because to be honest, when I looked it up, there wasn't a lot of clear information on how to do that, all right? And we actually got turned around a little bit going to Boulder Mountain and ended up on like this weird gravel road because it wasn't clear which ones you needed to go to. So hopefully this helps a little bit. So in order to go to Boulder, basically you're on Route 220, which is the main road in Bath County down into Alleghany that you're going to use to access the entire Lake Moomaw area. You're going to want to take Route 39 to Route 600, and you're going to follow the big signs to Bolar Mountain Recreation Area / Lake Moomaw. Some of them just say to Lake Moomaw. Once you get on to Route 39, there's not really any signs before you get on to 39, but there are some of those you can follow from, again, Route 39 to 600. You then enter the National Forest, and you'll go through some of that area. And once you enter the Lake Moomaw area, basically you'll pass first the boat marina place, then the spot with the picnic shelter, which, to be honest, there isn't a really good sign that is not the beach. So we were confused for a little bit. But then the next spot down is going to be the actual beach. And if you're at a parking lot with a bathroom and a playground, you know you're at the right place. The other place only has a bathroom and a picnic shelter. To go to Kohl's Point, it's a little bit more confusing. Basically, you go from 220 to Route 687, then on to 638 at what's called Natural Well. Then you have to make a couple of turns in kind of quick succession on Route 666 and then eventually 605. There are signs once you get off at Natural Well that'll help you out, but you look like you're not going anywhere. And once you get on 605, that actually like takes you up into the National Forest, the Corps of Engineers area, down across the mountain, or across the dam, to the beach area. So that is actually not as hard once you get on that road. So what is the Bolar Mountain Beach area like? Because that's the one I wanted to talk about specifically, but Kohl's Point is similar in terms of like the sanded area and stuff. But Bolar Mountain is the one we picked and I'm just going to share what I really liked about that. So you basically go in, and there's parking there that is very accessible to the beach. There's a short, I'll say, trail that leads from the parking area down there. But when I say trail, I mean like 200-foot trail. So you really have to go like 200 feet from the parking area to the beach area. There is a roped off swimming area. I don't know what the official rules are in terms of swimming in that versus swimming in the lake itself. Because when we were there, because of still COVID restrictions, there weren't any lifeguards or anything, so I don't know what the rules are related to that. But basically, there's the roped off swimming area, and they brought in some like sand and stuff. But then the shoreline continues on really around the whole big part of the lake that you're on. So you don't have to just cram into this little roped off swimming area, which has been an issue for us. We've gone to other places, some of the state parks and national forest places that have beaches. There's only this small roped off area. But basically, we were able to spread out across this whole lakefront and along the shoreline. And it wasn't super crowded when we were there, because this is, I guess, more the back, area of the beaches. It's not as popular as Kohl's Point, but if it does get more crowded, there's a lot more space to spread out here. So I think you'll enjoy this a lot more because there's a lot more area, and you can go right from that into the water. Now, the one thing about the beach, really there's kind of two distinct areas. There's the area right around the roped off swimming area, which I mentioned. There's like sand and stuff there, which kind of mixes with the lake shore. So it's not like super the beach, but kind of like it. And then beyond that, it's dirt, of course. But it is still super nice. There's some gravel, shelly areas. I would recommend having like swimming shoes or Crocs to walk on the beach, because that can be a pain. But the majority of the area where you set up, you'll find a spot that is not rocky or shelly or anything, that's really comfortable to sit in, to put your feet in. And there are a couple areas as you move away from that sandy area that are like muddy and like real rocks and stuff that you kind of watch out for, but you can actually set up anywhere around there. And the other cool thing here is, because this shoreline is so broad, one of the camping areas backs up to the shoreline. So if you come here camping, you can set up and just walk down to, I'll call it the beach. It's not the official beach, but like to the shore, and use that as your own beach, which is really not the same spot as the big public beach. So you're kind of separating the two crowds from each other, and again, utilizing space. So we saw spots where people had set up like campfires and stuff on that shoreline when they had been camping there. So that's a really cool thing. Like if you go camping and you want to access the water, you don't have a boat or anything, I would recommend the Bolar Mountain Recreation Area. They're camping there because you can access the water really easily. But that's just one cool thing. The water itself is, I won't describe it as like this murky blue. So it actually looks blue-green, like you might see, I guess, similar to like the Caribbean, but obviously not the Caribbean. But it is kind of, it's not clear like the Caribbean, okay? So you're not going to be able to see down even to your feet, or, I like tried to use a GoPro to take pictures underwater and basically got nothing. But it is like this really cool blue looking water when you look out at it. The water temperature was great. You can go out in it easily. It's not like a big deep drop off right off the shoreline. The one thing is, there were some areas that the ground under the water was very muddy. Like I felt it was going to rip my shoes off, but that was in like little alcoves of water and whatever you want to call those. So everywhere along the main lake, the shoreline, it was like hard packed dirt when you went out. So you didn't have any issue going in and out of the water or anything like that, because I've been to beaches where like you fall in the water or other things happen all the time. And the water was clean, we didn't have any issues with the water at all. I mean, it was just amazing to be able to go in and out. The beach itself was clean. Like I said, not very packed. There was plenty of space for you to set up. We were able to take our chairs and everything on there. Again, I don't know 100% what the normal setup or restrictions are because there were still COVID things in place, but we basically took our chairs, set up. We ate our lunch out there. We didn't have to go back to the car or back to the parking area. There were, even with COVID, portable restrooms at the parking area, which was really nice. There are a couple restrooms there normally, but they were locked up. But the amenities seem to be really nice here at the Bolar Mountain Recreation Area, at the beach area itself. And like I said, we walked up and down the shoreline, got in the water multiple places. It was really an enjoyable experience. They had buoys out to mark the channel for the boats, and those were far enough off that while you still got some like waves and things that came from the boats, you did not get the super like choppy water and stuff that you get some places where the boats come in too close. So the boats had to go out and around, and some even came in and touched the shoreline down from where we were, but they had to stay far enough out that you really didn't have to worry about the boats interfering with you in the water. A couple places I've been to are not like that. The only real negatives that I saw about coming here are there's really nothing near the beach area or the lake in general. So like if you need to get gas or go to the store or anything like that, you have to do that before you get there. You're gonna have to bring all your food and anything to drink or anything like that in with you, because you're not gonna be able to get it anywhere close. There is a little bit of a distance to get to Bolar Mountain compared to Kohl's Point, and because like I said, it's kind of more on the back side of the lake, the western side or northwestern side, let's say. So it is a little bit more isolated, but I really like that because it was less crowded, but that's something you're gonna have to deal with. And if you get off the main road like we did, you're gonna go down, it feels like you're in Deliverance. Not to make fun of the people who live there, but it does. And you're one lane gravel road going through the middle of nowhere, really. And there is really no good phone service. Every once in a while it would have service. So if you need a call out or something, you're not going to be able to get out. But again, I like that because we were taking the day off and I was able to enjoy that. So I would definitely recommend going to Bolar Mountain, to the beach. Kohl's Point looked like a wonderful experience too, but I think Bolar Mountain Recreation Area was the best option because there were fewer people there. It was more open water. There was more open shoreline where you could spread out. And even the amenities and stuff looked better because there was the distance between there and the picnic shelter and between there and the marina area. So you had more just like the beach crowd there, and the boat people were down there, and then the picnic people were down at another spot. So, and the water temperature and stuff was great. The beach was great. There were no issues, and I would definitely recommend going here. So if you found value in this, I always appreciate a like on the video. Comment with any feedback or questions. I'll try to get back to you. And as always, if you want to catch other videos as they come out, click the subscribe button. I hope you've enjoyed this. Hope you get to check out Lake Moomaw, and hope you have a wonderful day.